Hey folks, want to jump on here and shoot a quick solo podcast episode. This one's going to be on the business of rippling. If you've never heard of it, that's absolutely no problem. That said, let's get into the show. Rippling is a US-based software company that provides an all-in-one platform for managing employees, contractors, and business systems. What Rippling does, Rippling combines multiple workplace tools into a single system, including HR management, onboarding, offboarding, employee records, payroll, global payroll processing, and tax compliance. IT management, device setup, app access, security controls, finance tools, expense management, corporate cards, time and attendance, tracking hours, leave, and scheduling. Why companies use it? Instead of juggling separate tools like HR software, payroll systems, and IT management, Rippling lets businesses manage everything in one place. It's especially popular with startups and mid-sized companies scaling quickly. Key features: automates onboarding, set up accounts, payroll, devices in one workflow, integrates with 500 plus apps, Slack, Workspace, etc., supports global teams, multi-country payroll and compliance, strong automation engine, quote, if this, then that, end quote, workflows. Competitors, you might also hear it compared to Gusto, Deal, Bamboo HR, Workday. Let's go over to gemini.google.com. Rippling is a leading, quote, workforce management, end quote, platform that uniquely unifies HR, IT, and finance into a single system, unlike traditional software that treats these as separate silos. Rippling uses a, quote, single source of truth, end quote, for employee data to automate administrative tasks across all departments. As of May 2025, HR and finance software firm Rippling raised $450 million in a Series G funding round, bringing its valuation to US 16. Here are the key details regarding this valuation and funding. Funding amount: the company raised $450 million in new capital, bringing its total raise, to $1.85 billion. Valuation: the $16.8 billion valuation is an increase from its previous $13.5 billion valuation. Investors, participants in the round included Y Combinator, Sands Capital, Goldman Sachs Growth, Bailey Gifford, and Gill. Growth and revenue: the company has reported over 30% growth, with annual recurring revenue ARR surpassing $570 million. Employee buyback: alongside the funding, Rippling initiated a $200 million tender offer, allowing employees to sell vested shares. Company status: founded in 2016 by Parker Conrad, Rippling is a private company, not publicly traded, and has not indicated immediate plans for an IPO, focusing instead on profitability. The funding will be used to support its expansion into new markets and to further develop its workforce management products. Let's continue. So yeah, 16.8 WUSD, and serves over 25,000 customers globally. Core pillars of the platform: Rippling is divided into three primary, quote, clouds, end quote, that all pull from the same employee record. HR Cloud handles the traditional employee lifecycle. This includes global payroll supporting 185 plus countries, benefits administration, applicant tracking ATS, and time/attendance. IT Cloud: this is Rippling's, quote, secret sauce, end quote. It allows admins to manage app provisioning, setting up Slack, Gmail, etc. instantly, and device management, shipping, securing, and wiping company laptops. Finance Cloud manages corporate cards, expense reimbursements, and bill pay because it's tied to HR data. Spend limits can be automatically set based on an employee's department or seniority. Key features and 2026 updates: the 90-second onboarding. Rippling's claim to fame is the ability to onboard a new hire, setting up their payroll, health insurance apps, and shipping them a pre-confined laptop in under 2 minutes. Workflow Studio, a, quote, no code, end quote, automation builder. You can set, quote, if this, then that, end quote, rules, such as, quote, if an employee is promoted to a manager, automatically increase their spend limit and grant them access to the leadership channel in Slack, end quote. Rippling AI, a recent expanded feature set that allows users to generate complex reports or automate, quote, tedious tasks, end quote, using natural language queries. Global expansion. As of 2026, they have significantly bolstered their employer of record EOR services, allowing companies to hire in countries where they don't have a legal entity. Pros and cons. Pros, all-in-one eliminates the need for separate HR, IT, and spend tools. Automation, high-level, quote, set it and forget it, end quote, workflows. User experience, consistently rated as one of the most intuitive UIs in B2B software. Cons, support. Some users report inconsistent response times for complex issues. Pricing opacity. Modular pricing can get expensive as you add more, quote, clouds, end quote. Complexity. The sheer depth of the tool can be overwhelming for very small teams. Is it right for you? Rippling is generally the, quote, gold standard, end quote, for fast-growing tech startups and mid-market companies, 50 to 1,000 employees, that want to minimize administrative headcount by using automation. Let's go over to Rippling and Claude.ai. Here's a quick overview of what's been happening with Rippling. Rippling is a San Francisco-based HR, IT, and finance platform that unifies payroll, benefits, identity management, corporate cards, and more into a single system. The company has raised $1.85 billion in total funding and is valued at around $16.8 billion, with its latest round being a $450 million Series G in May 2026. That is all in USD, by the way, United States dollar, not AUD if you're listening in Australia. Recent highlights. Product momentum. Rippling made one of the biggest jumps in this year's, moving to the number one mid-market payroll position for the first time while continuing to lead in the SMB segment. Awards. Rippling was named the number 4 global company in G2's 2026 Software Awards, placing it alongside platforms like Google, Salesforce, and HubSpot. The Deal lawsuit. The big drama. Rippling sued Deal in 2025, alleging that its rival planted a corporate spy inside Rippling. The employee was caught in a sting operation and confessed in an Irish court, testifying that he handed over sales leads, product roadmaps, customer data, and more to Deal executives. The source is TechCrunch. The DOJ reportedly opened a criminal investigation into Deal over these allegations in January 2026. TechCrunch, a San Francisco federal judge, ruled in February 2026 that the espionage lawsuit will move forward. The source is Boomerang Law. Super Bowl ad. Rippling ran a Super Bowl commercial in February 2026 featuring comedian Tim Robinson as a frustrated corporate mastermind who plans for revenge are derailed by bad HR/payroll software, and the source is Just Jared. And it's about Rippling Super Bowl commercial 2026. Then we go over to Perplexity. Rippling is a workforce management platform. We already got into most of this. Based in San Francisco, it's founded in 2016, used to manage things like benefits, onboarding, device management, and app access. Quick take. Rippling's main pitch is that it gives companies a single source of truth for employee-related data so teams can automate more admin work and keep HR, IT, and finance connected. It also offers a mobile app for employees to handle pay, time off, expenses, and benefits. Company snapshot. Item, what it is, details, workforce management software. Item, founded, details, 2016. Item, headquarters, details, San Francisco, California. We talked about this. Item, core areas, details, HR, IT, finance. Item, ownership, details, privately held. And yeah, I think that's a lot. Let's go into the founders. One, Perplexity.ai. We gone back to it, took a break. Parker Conrad and Prasanna Sankar are the co-founders of Rippling, which they started in 2016 in San Francisco. Conrad is the CEO and a serial entrepreneur who previously founded Zenefits, while Sankar was Rippling's former CTO and had earlier been an engineering leader at Zenefits. Parker Conrad is best known in Silicon Valley for founding Zenefits before starting Rippling. At Rippling, he focused on the company's vision, product direction as CEO. Prasanna Sankar Sankar co-founded Rippling with Conrad and served as CTO during the company's early years. He left Rippling in 2021 to start a new company, OXPPL. Their role at Rippling, together they built Rippling around, hopefully this is all correct, around employee management software covering HR, payroll, onboarding, and related business operations. Their partnership combined Conrad's founder/CEO role with Sankar's engineering leadership. Super interesting. One big thing about Rippling, it puts everything about employees into one system. That's the standout idea. Instead of using separate tools for HR, payroll, IT, expenses, etc., Rippling combines all of them into a single platform with one shared database of employee data. Why that matters? In simple terms, normally companies juggle lots of disconnected tools. Rippling connects everything, so when something changes, like hiring someone, it updates everywhere automatically. Example, here's someone, they get paid, get app access, and get a laptop set up all at once. Excuse me, all at once. The quote, big idea, end quote, in one line, Rippling equals one system to run your entire workforce, HR plus IT plus finance, instead of many separate tools. That's the quote, all in one plus single source of truth, end quote, is what makes the difference from most competitors. I think that's it. Coming up just on 15 minutes. Thanks for listening, and feel free to follow along or leave a review. If you're over on YouTube, you can subscribe to the channel, and have a great rest of your day.